Hello guys, welcome back to Cloudtopiaa, your cloud partner. In this video, we will set up an automated deployment using Jenkins with the Cloudtopiaa instance with the Git repository. So first we will spin an instance using Cloudtopiaa and we will create a simple React project and we will automate its deployment. Let's get started. So first we will spin an instance. We'll go for the basics instance. Yeah, Cloudtopiaa. See, yeah, for large. Network is this security groups. We have to giving server security, which has an access of 22, 80, and 443, which is like SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, respectively. And tech for business the key. Yeah, we are launching an instance. Instance launched. We will associate an IP address. So we created an instance. We attached an IP address for that. So we will go to an SSH client and we'll connect to the server. Yeah. Terminal will go. We will, since my key is there, we'll just check. Key is in this folder. So first SSH -i. For this is a command to get into the system. IP address. Since I'm using this IP, I have to give one keygen. SR. Yeah. Yes. All set. First we have to install Node, because since we are deploying an Node project, so we have to install Node, we have to install Nginx, and we have to update and upgrade. So I have a boiler code for that. We'll use that. This. So it is upgrading, and I'm installing Nginx, and I'm installing certbot for the HTTPS, and I'm installing the node using NVM. So it might take some time. Let's go to Jenkins and first add credentials. So yeah, Jenkins, since we deployed in our server, you can see using the IP address. So first we have to add the credentials, the SSH key for the access. We'll show how to add this. Manage Jenkins. Here credential is there in the credentials system, global credential. Since I already add the credentials for this, I'll just show you how to do that. You have to just add credential in here, SSH with private name. Here you have to give the ID, that is user defined, and the username, which is my Ubuntu. Whatever you're doing, you can give that username, since the Ubuntu is a default username. And you have to give the explicitly, you have to give the PEMF key data. So I already given. This is my credentials, Cloudtopiaa. Okay, I will copy this IP address. We will go to the project. I will show. I just like started one npm project. I mean Vite project. So you can see the basic project. Yeah, Cloudtopiaa, cloud hosting for everyone, this is a basic project. I will show you how to automate deploy it. So it's there. First thing, we have to create a Jenkins file, and Jenkins file should be in the root of the Git. Okay, this is Jenkins files I already created. I will just like explain what is it. First, we have to give the environment file, and SSH credential is Cloudtopiaa, and the remote server we have to give username with IP address. This is our IP address, and where we have to keep at the remote workspace www.var/ww/html. and we have to give the credential for the Git. And in the first step, we will keep the key over there, add host key. And the next step, what we'll do, we will clone the repository. If there is previous repository has been cloned, it will be delete it and it will clone it again. First we will create a remote workspace. If it is not there, it will create, and it will give certain permissions to read that. And if there is existing folder is there, it will delete and it will again clone and install dependencies and just like build. After building, we are just restarting the Nginx. It's all done. I'm saving it. Okay, so yeah, so we quickly go to the Git and we'll push the code. This is our own server of git.techforbis.wiki. You can check out also. So here I just created a empty repository. We'll push to this one. Okay, before pushing, we just create a new pipeline in the Jenkins file. First, start new, name it as Cloudtopiaa CI/CD. CI/CD, it should be pipeline. Okay, and the pipeline descriptions, you can write description what is used for. It's not mandatory. And we have to give the build trigger. I use a plugin which is known as generic webhook trigger. You can use, if you are using GitHub, you can directly use GitHub hook trigger. Since we are using Git of our own, we are using generic webhook. We'll create it. We'll just give a token CI/CD, and yeah, this is done. And we have to explicitly mention our Git repository to read the Jenkins file. So script from scm git, and we have to copy the URL. So I'm copying this URL. Yeah, copy the URL, credentials, jasim. Here it is in the main branch. And yeah, what is our name of the script? It is Jenkins file. So it will search in the main in the root directory. So you have to keep in the root directory. Okay, we created, we'll save it. As you know, I just created a token. So we have to add a webhook in our repository. So issues, settings, collaborator, not collaborator, webhook, add a webhook, Gitya. This is our IP address of our Jenkins, and this is the token we have to give with the token what we have did CI/CD. So you can see, if you configure here, how did I get the IP address? So HTTP Jenkins URL. Our Jenkins URL is pipeline. I mean, sorry, IP address. So slash generic webhook trigger slash invoke. So you will get question mark invoke equal to tokens here. So same have been copied. This is my Jenkins URL and generic webhook trigger invoke question mark token equal to CI/CD as a params. So what is the trigger on push button? Push event. So had the webhook. After that, we'll just check on our repository. Is it ready? It might take another 2 minutes since we are updating and upgrading. It is mandatory while we spin an fresh instance. So we did that, and yeah, Jenkins file is done. What we did, we just like recap that thing. First we did spin an instance in Cloudtopiaa. We just gone for the Jenkins. We created a project and we came back to our simple React project. In the React project, in the root file, we are creating Jenkins file. Okay. So in the meanwhile, I will just add that. I will push the code. Once it's ready, we will push. First, we will make it track git init git add dot git commit minus some. So initial push, initial commit, git branch minus some main, git remote, add origin. So it is almost done. So yeah, git remote add origin, copying it, pasting here. Now once this is done, we'll push. Otherwise our pipeline will fail. 92%. So in the meanwhile, we'll configure Nginx also. SSH. Okay, I also gone for the reboot also. It will reboot. So please wait for some time. So Jenkins is an open source platform for automated deployment as a CI/CD platform. Continuous integration and continuous deployment platform. It's an open source, so you can try check out. So our project is ready, our Jenkins file is ready, our Jenkins project is also ready. So we are just waiting for things to be done. CI/CD, yeah, Cloudtopiaa CI/CD. So in the meanwhile, we will just create a. I've already created a Nginx configuration file. We just like tweak according to our end. So yeah, cursor is there. So yeah, HTML. If you go here, I've already created Nginx file. We'll change this to IP address. Since we didn't connect a domain, we'll go for the IP address. So yeah, we'll get this IP address, saved it, and we will have to give the dist file. So slash and Cloudtopiaa. This will be our project name slash dist. Yeah. So this is our Nginx file. Listen 80 because it's an HTTP. We can only configure HTTPS if we have a domain. Since we don't have a domain, we're just going for the IP address. It is 80, and here we are keeping where it should check. I said it should check on the var www.html and our project's dist file since you are building and pushing production ready. Okay, so these are just like optional thing to zip and to compress the thing, and we also give the error file also, error page like for not for if some different route they have given, it will throw the for not file. Okay, so yeah, our everything is done. Now system has been rebooting. I also given for the reboot since every packages should be updated, right? It will updated and it will be updated once it is reboot also. It will be complete. I'll check whether it is ready or not. Yeah, it's ready. First thing we to configure Nginx. Next sites available. CI/CD. CI/CD. Yeah. So we'll copy this Nginx file also. I paste the Nginx file. Control works. So we have to keep it in enable. Nginx sites available. CI/CD/etc. Next sites enabled. Yeah. Sudo just Nginx -t. Yeah, configuration files index is okay, successful. Sudo system ctl system city, or like we have to check which npm version we have been using, which npm. So we are using 16, so we have to change our Jenkins file again also. Yeah, so here we are using this thing, we have to change the path. Save date. So we'll delete this Nginx file, we don't need that. So now we have to add once again dot git push minus uf origin main branch. Okay, git init git add dot git commit. So to change the branch. Minus uf origin main. See, so we have a dot of this origin. Yeah, the spelling has been mistaken, so the code has been pushed. Yeah, so the code has been pushed. Now we'll check the thing. Yeah, pipeline is started to running. Since this is the first thing, it might get an issue. Trying for new things, we just debug and we'll sort this thing out. So second had host key is done. Now they are cloning the repository. Yeah, they got an issue while cloning. We'll check what is an issue. Configure, not configure. So this console gives an issue. What is an issue? Could not read the username. Okay, so we'll check that what happened. The Jenkins file. So we'll check this thing whether it is working or not. Yeah, it's perfectly working. Might be, yeah, a small syntax error. I will change here itself. Yeah, so commit changes, just commit, it will automatically trigger. As you can see, the next one is coming. So yeah, First thing is done. Yeah, that was an issue. I just like forgot to give the space. I'll check it again. What's the issue now? Not really username, no such device or address. Yeah. So here we added environment Git repo in the environment, and we just like described it. That was a bit of issue. So we given our username and password while cloning. So I given that, saving it. I'm pushing the code git add dot git commit and some updated Jenkins git push. So I push the code. Let's check. So it has been running. Code has been running. We'll check the output itself. If you go on for the console, now it's like building. Building is done. Now it is transforming. It is done. It is reload the Nginx. All set. Yeah, our project is finished. Now we'll check the IP address. Boom. Our site is live. We just like given the Jenkins file. We didn't manually added that. Now we will change the content and we'll push the code. It's Cloudtopiaa. Now it is cloud hosting for everyone, right? We'll just change the Cloudtopiaa cloud for all. So we'll go to the code. It is in index app.tsx. And I will give, yeah, cloud hosting for all. Just change and give cloud for all. Cloud for everyone. Yeah, I'm saving it. Git add dot git commit -m changed heading. Yeah, git push. So we push the code. Now we'll check the pipeline whether it is running or not. Yeah, it is started. Now you can see here it's working. You can see added key. Yeah, it's installing the dependencies. Updating the configurations. Yeah, boom, it's done. Now we'll check. Yeah, Cloudtopiaa, cloud for everyone. So we successfully automated deployment using the Jenkins with our cloud instance.